So this is a quick tutorial on how to use our Google Drive and Google Calendar accounts. If you go to a normal Google login screen, our username is southerntiermasterteacher@gmail.com. Our password I'll include in the email. But if you enter the password, click sign in, and in this case it takes us to our Google Drive. So in this case I'm going to open up the new drive. Eventually Google will move to it, so you might as well get used to it. And in our new drive you'll see the Southern Tier folder. You can open up the Southern Tier folder. I try to take any information we're given from some of our mini courses or from our PLTs and put it in here. Today I'm going to create a folder for the literacy PLT that has started meeting. So the easiest way, I want to create a new folder, so I go to new, click folder, I give that folder a name, and Google will create a folder within the Southern Tier folder. Once that folder is created, I like to change the color. It helps me see things better. So now I have my literacy PLT. I open that. I know in the literacy group we wanted to create some folders that talk about vocabulary list. So I'm going to again go up to new, click folder, put vocabulary list, create, and now I've created a vocabulary list. Again, I like color, so I'll give it some color so I can see it easier. Now if somebody in our cohort decided they wanted to add a biology, earth science, physics, or chemistry list, math list, any of the STEM subject list, they can just open up that folder, and just like we created the folder, we can go here, we can upload a file, you can create a new file in Google Docs, you can create a Google Sheets, which is similar to Excel, or you can do Google Slides, which is like Microsoft PowerPoint. So that's how you can create folders within the drive. Now if you did want to create a Google Doc, just create your Google Doc. You can then start to write up your Google Doc, whatever information you want to put in there. And then if you want to share it with everyone, as you see when I go to the upper right hand corner it says private only to me. If I click share, put a title on it, but if I click share, you can see up here it says anyone with the link can view. So if I email it to everyone, you'd have access if you weren't already in our cohort. You can also put comment, so if you want to put comments on what other people are writing, you can do that. And most of the time for the cohort, I would say anyone with the link can edit, so we can change it up. And don't worry, edits can always be corrected. Google doesn't let us forget anything. Also from the share, you can add specific email addresses. So if there's someone you want to share that isn't on there, which shouldn't be a problem for our cohort, you can put share. But a lot of times Jean will send us a link or an email, because she does send one or two. You can just copy this link here and you can paste it into an email so people can have direct access to that document that you want them to look at before a cohort meeting or your PLT or a mini course. So that's enough about Google Docs and Google Drive for now. Let's talk about our calendar, which is probably one of the most important things we have. If you go to the top right hand corner here, there's the square of squares, I like to call it. If you've got a different name, that'd be cool. And you click on that, you can see all the apps that hopefully in the future we'll have available to us. You click more, you can see them. But what we want to use right now is the Google Calendar. So this calendar right here, click it open. It should have been shared with all of you. So here's the calendar. You have a couple options. You can choose day, by the week, by the month, 4 days, or you can have an agenda view. I'm going to use the month view, and in it you can see here's January, You can see that we had our technology PLT, we have the 3D printing, we had our literacy PLT. It's pretty simple, and the more you put into the event you have, the more people can see. So I created the literacy PLT, and if I want more information, so from the Google Calendar you can go to a specific event like the flood monitoring event that Rich is putting on. If you double click on it, you can see all the information that's been added to it, including the address. So if you're struggling with directions, you can just enter the calendar, look at the event, open a map. Google Maps will pop up and give you the exact location where you're going, and then you can get directions. Let's say you want to create an event. You just go to the date, double click, add in an event title. Like I said, if it's going to be all day, you can leave all day on it. You can change the date if you choose. If it's not an all day event, you can click off of all day, and then you can put in a specific time. You can enter your location. As long as you enter a complete location, it'll pull up the map link. You could enter a video call. If you have multiple calendars, or if you logged into multiple Google accounts, you have multiple calendars, so you want to be careful that you always put it on Master Teacher, and then don't put your personal information on the Master Teacher calendar unless you want to share it with us. And then in the bottom you can add a description. If you have documents that you want to share, so in an event you can also add attachments. However, on this calendar we don't have it enabled. So down here at the bottom where it says want to add attachments, learn how to enable the lab. So you click on that, it gives you instructions on how to do it, which is actually not what I wanted. From the event I'm going to go back out. First I'm going to click save. It takes me out. Up here there's gear for settings. In settings I'm going to go to labs, and I want to enable event attachments. So here I'm going to click enable. I go back up to the top and click save, and I'm back to my calendar. Now hopefully I can add attachments. Cool. It says add attachments. I click on that. I can add them from my computer. I can add them directly from a Google Drive folder. So if I went to my drive and I want to include Tom O'Brien's PowerPoint, I can do that, click select, and now it's attached. So if I wanted people to be able to read something before they came, that would be the easiest way to get the document out to them, or a second way to get a document out to them. Just click save, and my event's now been created. There's apps for the phone, for calendar, for your iPad, for whatever sort of tablet you're using, so you can easily use calendars wherever you go. As well as you can add additional calendars. I've only shared, this is the Master Teacher calendar, but if I was on my personal calendar, Master Teacher pops up there, so they're all in one location, so I don't have to log in a bunch of different calendars. So to get rid of my test event, I'm just going to click on it, hit delete, it's gone. But in our calendar you obviously can see everything, every little mini course that we have set up, and Kathy's birthday, and Thomas Jefferson. But it's an easy way to keep everything together and try to plan out all of the multitude of opportunities you have to get your 50 hours, which definitely is not a problem. So that's a brief introduction into Google Drive and Google Calendar. Again, if you want to access anything else, you can always click the squares and you can go out and check out anything. Just remember, whatever you're doing here, you're doing under the Master Teacher login, so we'll all be able to see what you're doing sometimes, usually. And then this video obviously will go on our YouTube channel. I think it'll be the first one up there, so that'll be cool. So if you have any questions, you can email me. My email is earthsciencerocks@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you out.